The Chicago Stadium, the oldest and loudest stadium in the NBA, and it has been a nightmare for opposing teams. The Bulls are 23-3 on their home court. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Hammonds, and welcome to Pacers basketball. Indiana trying to rebound tonight from a loss last night at the hands of the Phoenix Suns, 134-130 at Market Square Arena. Jeff Hornacek came out red hot for the Suns. He had 18 points in the first half, 27 on the game. Reggie Miller had 32 for Indiana. He had Mike Sanders, a season high, 19. But whenever Indiana got close, Eddie Johnson was there for Phoenix with a big three-pointer. He had 4 of them, 18 points on the night. Tom Chambers really filled it up for Phoenix, his second consecutive game over the 40-point mark. He had 41 last night, and Phoenix knocked off Indiana 134-130. Now, to make things even tougher, the Pacers have to come back the very next night and play the Chicago Bulls on their home floor, where they have been virtually unbeatable with their 23-3 home court record. For more on this game, let's go to the stadium. Bill Hazen and Bobby Leonard.
Well, Brian, I think the major decision you have to make when you get ready to play this team is how to play Michael Jordan, and that affects everything else you do. Utah came in here a couple of nights ago, decided to let Michael Jordan have his, and they were going to shut down everybody else. It worked, Slick. Is that the best way to go about playing him?
Well, it was that particular night. I think I would play him that way because he's going to get them. You can double team him, you can triple team him, you can do whatever you want, but he's going to score points. So I'd just soon play him straight up and not give John Paxson a lot of points, Horace Grant, those players. And I think Utah had a good game plan there.
Michael is particularly difficult when he starts making those slicing drives to the hoop. What do you do to make him a jump shooter?
Well, you got to back off of him. You got to pray a little bit. But when he's hitting his outside shot, he is an absolute monster. There's no question about it.
All right, a guy who can shoot very well for the Pacers from outside, man, has one of the best outside shots in the league, is Reggie Miller. He'll have his hands full tonight.
Well, he's going to have his hands full. But you know what? Reggie's had a great year, and he may get the award in the NBA this year for the most improved player in the league.
Yeah. Post play is going to be a key tonight. We're not certain if Bill Cartwright will go or not, but either way, Rik Smits has got to have a big ball game, I think. So.
Well, he does, and Chicago won 9 in a row without Cartwright in the lineup. But I just soon see him stay out of the lineup and let Rik Smits go against Purdue. Rick's had some great games this season. I'd like to see him have a big one tonight.
All right, there you have it. We're getting ready for basketball. Stay tuned. We'll be coming back to Chicago Stadium. Action is ahead on tonight's Pacer telecast from Chicago.
Welcome back to our studios in Indianapolis. The Pacers and Bulls coming up momentarily. And joining us in the studio tonight is Jerry Harkness. And Hark, first of all, let's take a look at the scouting report. These are the things the Pacers really have to do to come up with what would be a big win on the road tonight. Number one, as always, maybe not stop Michael Jordan, but hold Michael Jordan down.
Well, I agree with that wholeheartedly, but my feeling about that is that you have to play good team defense against him. In other words, when he starts driving, you're going to have to come off your man and help out as much as possible, and that's a key factor. And, of course, go to Rik Smits is the second one, and I agree with that. Against Will Purdue, you got a great opportunity there, but don't get in the habit of always going to him because other players stand around. So you put your emphasis on the insides, but don't look in constantly because you can, as I indicated, have the others stand around. And, of course, the third one is transition defense, and I believe wholeheartedly in that one because when you look at a Scottie Pippen and a Horace Grant, they get down the court awfully fast. That means that you have to get down the court as well. And once you get one guy down on one-on-one, no go. So you got to really help out on the transition defense as well. And the Pacers have been doing a better job of that. They've been out running their game, the running game, and they've looked pretty good. They even played well last night in the loss to the Phoenix Suns. And we'll be back with a tip-off right after this on the Pacers Television Network. The Indiana Pacers and the Chicago Bulls, a big game for the Indiana Pacers. A loss tonight, and Indiana would be right at the 500 mark at 31-31. Both teams coming in tonight's game off of losses. Chicago had a 9-game winning streak snapped by the Utah Jazz in the Chicago Stadium on Thursday night, and the Pacers, of course, lost last night to the Phoenix Suns 134-130. Jerry, getting back to Michael Jordan, Utah did an interesting thing on Michael. They let him get off. He had 43 points. Scottie Pippen was over 20, but nobody else scored much at all. They let Michael
get his points, but held everybody else down.
Right, and you're going to see that around the league happen because every year they try to come up with different strategies to stop Michael, not to stop him. And if that works for one team, then you're going to see everybody do it. Obviously, just like Detroit, when Detroit won the championship with the 3-guard rotation, everybody went to the 3-guard rotation. So this is interesting, and we'll see perhaps here tonight we'll do the same thing.
Pacers match up very well with the Chicago Bulls. They're 2-0 this season. Both wins, though, coming here at Market Square Arena. Tonight is their first trip into the Chicago Stadium. And for all the play-by-play, let's go to the stadium. Bill Hazen and Bobby Leonard. Take it away, gentlemen.
And Brian, the Pacers have a 4-game win streak right now over the Chicago Bulls. All of those last 4 games have been played at Market Square Arena. They'd like to get one here in Chicago. Let's take a look at the Pizza Hut Delivery starting lineups for tonight's game. The Chicago Bulls will be going with Pippen and Grant at the forwards. Grant was really shut down against Utah. He ran into Karl Malone, and that was a real buzzsaw. Cartwright, Paxson, and Jordan. We don't know if that's the lineup that will actually go out there. Cartwright is indeed coming out. That is it. Cartwright is now coming out onto the floor. He has been injured, and he has missed a bunch of games with back spasms. Now for the Pacers, Chuck Person and LaSalle Thompson, along with Rik Smits in the middle, Vern Fleming and Reggie Miller, the guard line. We should see plenty of fire out of those guys tonight, although they're playing in a somewhat depleted gas tank because they played last night. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be selecting Miller Lite Player of the Game. Miller Lite will donate $100 to the United Cerebral Palsy of Indiana on behalf of tonight's Player of the Game. So here we go. The ball's in the air. Pippen has it, and Chicago will have the first look at the basket as we get the game underway on tonight's Pacer telecast from the Windy City. Pippen. Pacers are switched out defensively a little bit here. Paxson. Cartwright will shoot it and hits.
Welcome back, Bill Cartwright. He hit his first shot.
Well, that's one way to get out of the gate. Chicago sets up defensively. Pacers were caught in a little bit of a mismatch there. They didn't have their normal set coming off of that jump ball. Miller around the screen. Michael Jordan is on him.
Well, Michael's really going after Reggie.
Yeah, he's going to press him out there. Rik Smits with 3 to shoot. Left it short. Cartwright flips it out. Pippen. Chuck Person's the man back. Chicago will run if they can. Paxson comes up firing. And it's a 4-0 Chicago lead here early. They're just underway, 1 minute old. Sal Thompson. Miller behind the screen. Chuck Person trying to fight in there with Pippen. Gets it downstairs. Strong to the hoop. Laid it off. Deflected. Smits came there with it. And then it was off of Paxson's leg. It appeared out of bounds. So it'll be tossed in. Well, you feel electricity in here, Slick. That's really tremendous.
If you're a pro basketball player, Saturday night in Chicago, this is as good as it gets.
Offensive foul call.
There was an offensive foul called on Rik Smits. Mike Mathis made the call on it. Smits with his first as Chicago Bulls head coach Phil Jackson looks on. First personal foul, no team foul on that. The officials tonight, Mike Mathis, Nolan Fine, and Ted Bernhardt. Grant. He played loosely there by LaSalle Thompson. Jordan around the screen and gets it.
3 for 3. They're off to a big start.
Big start here early, and Indiana needs a fielder right now. Where do you go to get it? Thompson. Chuck Person, he'll try to get it. Didn't get it. Pacers are not really getting the real good solid shots. Pippen ahead of the field.
Whoop. We're going to have to call a timeout.
And Nick Versace senses that he wants a 20 right away.
We're going to have to settle this thing down a little bit.
Indeed, there goes the 20. Nick Versace gets his team over. Well, when it gets tight, Slick, like this, coming out of the gate, you go to your best play, whatever your best thing is to get a fielder here, or do you just keep playing basketball?
Well, I think you play basketball. Of course, we want to create something inside, but Rick, if you notice, that first shot that he took, Billy, was short because Bill Cartwright pushes him so far out on the floor. He plays real physical.
And we've seen this every time in here. And I think a lot of it just depends upon how much Cartwright will be able to get away with in terms of the tone of the game.
Here's Pippen now. This guy's really turned into something. Look at that slammer he did. runs the floor real well.
Catches the ball well, too, doesn't he?
Between him and Michael Jordan, that's a big part of the Chicago offense. That is the Chicago offense. They make everything happen.
That's it. Thompson, Pacers are down 8-0 here early in the game. Fleming, two-man game with Person to set the screen. Fleming trying to drive in. Will shoot it. Nope. Tipped around. And the Pacers are cold here early. Pippen. Paxson. Up she goes. Hey, Chicago finally missed one, but Jordan got the rebound. Cartwright will hand it back to Michael Jordan. This man is the franchise. To Paxson. Jordan on the wing. Reggie Miller has him. Jordan from the baseline. Woof.
How good is he? He's the greatest offensive player I've seen in 30-some years.
He's tremendous. There's a lot of things. Now it's a 10-0 game. And the Pacers are having a horrible start here in the early moments. Reggie Miller tried to go up, and Jordan fouled him. So Michael has his first as Reggie just pinned his ears back and went right at him.
Well, he sure did. And here's Reg going baseline, and you can see the Chicago game plan. They want Michael is going out after Reggie. He's playing him tight, wants him to lay it on the floor. Well, he got us off the snide right there.
So Reggie Miller drops it in. It's a 10-1 ball game with the Bulls out in front. Reggie will go for that second one here. Came in as the number 7 scorer in the NBA. An NBA All-Star this year for the Pacers. So the Bulls lead is at 8. The Pacers almost 3 minutes to get their first field, about 2:45. Jordan kicks it across. Pippen driving in, dropped it off. Grant with a rim wrecker. And the Pacers quickly up the floor, trailing by 10. Rik Smits. Good fake to the baseline.
Get in there.
And Cartwright fouled him. I've got to believe that you go with Cartwright with everything you've got.
Well, the big thing is when Rick does get the ball in the low post, he's got to lay it on the floor and go into the basket instead of turning away and shooting that jumper. First 3 or 4 or 5 times down, just turn and go to the hoop and see if you can get on the line.
He got there this time, but that time really by going baseline and pulling up for the jump shot. So the Pacers' points all coming from the foul line. Rick's turned into a mighty nice foul shooter, hasn't he? That's about 83%. His rebound games are up and down, Slick. That's the interesting thing about him as you look at Dick Versace, the head coach of the Pacers. He comes up with a big 10 rebound effort, and then last night against Phoenix, he grabs only 2, and he's a better rebounder than that, we all know. Cartwright out to Paxson. Cartwright, 10 to shoot, missed it. Rebound comes out to the Pacers. They can cut it to 6 with a basket. Gordon Fleming. Thompson. He goes in strong. Left it short. Twice didn't get it. Up strong for the hoop.
That's it, LaSalle. Go in there and bang around a little bit.
Yeah. And see, Chicago's the type of team you can do that against, I would think, Slick, when you look at their personnel.
Well, in this league, every night you got to go in and bang people.
Well, that first field goal by the Pacers took 3.5 minutes. Grant will shoot it and gets it. 4 points for Grant. He can hit the foul line jumper. And it's a 14-6 game, first quarter. Downstairs to Rik Smits. Now he's starting to think about taking it in there a little bit. Vern Fleming gets the jumper. Every Pacers starter has now scored with the exception of Chuck Person. Paxson on the drive. Goes in. Smits didn't forced him to adjust the shot, and the Pacers come out after the miss. Fleming off to Person.
Oh, Chuck, slam that baby.
First 2 points for Chuck. Pacers have come right back. That's a good character test here early in the game for them.
Here's a good character test right there, guarding that number 23.
I bet. Pippen will shoot it. Not there. Pacers have the board. They can cut it to 2. Reggie Miller challenging Jordan. Smits right back to Miller and sets the screen for him, and Miller drains it. 4 points for Reggie. Gets a little help from his teammate right there. And it's a Bulls 14, the Pacers 12. Pacers had an emotional game last night with Phoenix. Michael Jordan went in. Thompson blocked a shot, but Jordan got it back. And now, what do we have? I'm not sure. They gave a reset on that. They gave a reset. They must have felt that it hit the bottom of the net or something, or part of the basket. Mike Mathis gave a reset on that. I don't know exactly why, but he thought it must have hit part of the basket with the support or something. Jordan. He's tough on that post-up. 6 points for Michael. And it's a 16-12 ball game. Indiana comes right back. Chuck Person on the drive.
Oh, he left Scottie Pippen out on the side of the floor that time.
And that's what it's going to have to be tonight. It's going to have to be a real team effort with a lot of the Pistons firing. You go back to that old, remember the movie Hoosiers? And the coach, Norman Dale, said all of the Pistons have to be firing, and that's what you need. Illegal defense called, and we'll take time. We're at 6:25, first quarter of play. It's the Bulls 16, the Pacers 14. Back at Chicago Stadium tonight, the Madhouse on Madison Street, they call it up here. And the Pacers have come right back in it. And as I say, they've done a great job on the Bulls lately. They match up. I think Indiana matches up quite well with the Chicago Bulls. And a lot of teams do not. But the Pacers have the right type of personnel, I think, to play them. Whether they can do it tonight, we'll have to wait and see. Will Perdue will come off the bench into the Chicago lineup now. Paxson, downstairs it goes. And Pippen kind of bumped, took the fade away.
Oh, boy.
In. Who got it? Did they give it to Perdue? They gave the basket to Will Perdue. That's his first two.
Let's see what Rick can do here with Will Perdue.
Smits goes right up over him, put it in.
Roll. He feels confident playing against Perdue. Perdue is a rookie out of Vanderbilt.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, Slick, but I see...
Second year.
Yeah, indeed, second year. Jordan flipped it over in the corner. Grant will fire. And Grant puts it in. Horace Grant with a 6-point first quarter. Pacers counterattacking. For Person underneath, they get the hoop.
That's a fine pass by Reggie Miller.
It off, and it's a 20-18 Chicago lead over the Pacers. Pippen gets inside and was fouled. And that goes against Person.
Person is first.
Teams first. That will put Pippen on the line. Now, one area where Pippen has not been outstanding has been in his foul shooting. It's just average, really, at best, in effect. But he gets that one in, and he has 3. He and Jordan had nice games against Utah, against the Utah Jazz. Utah came in here and broke Chicago's 9-game win streak. 98-94 the other night. Second one does not go down, so the Pacers have the ball back. And now they can pull within a point with a field goal.
Let it go right at Perdue.
Yeah. And I was going to say, correct me if I'm wrong, but Rik Smits really seems to want to go at people right now. Person knocks in another one. He has 8.
He's starting to shoot like we did last night against Phoenix. Shot 58% for the ball game.
That was a tremendous game. Anybody who was at Market Square Arena and saw that, that was a game that won't soon be forgotten. Both teams played exceptionally well. Pippen nearly traveled with it. Comes up for the fadeaway. Didn't get it, and there was a foul on the board. Oh, they called it on LaSalle Thompson. That's his first, and the team second. Maybe we can find out why.
Let's see if he's got inside possession here. I didn't see the foul.
What kind of foul? What in the world was that?
I didn't see the foul.
I saw no foul on that one. Paxson, he's appeared to have inside position. Miller runs into a screen. Now Rik Smits is on Jordan, and he takes the jumper. Didn't get it. Perdue fought for the board. Smits is ahead of the field. Throw it to him. Got it. Goes up for the shot and puts it in. And the Pacers have the lead at 22-21. First lead of the ball game for Indiana. And remember that it was Chicago with a 10-0 run beginning the game. So Indiana has come right back and have outscored Chicago 22-11. Jordan. That time they got switched out again. Jordan hit the 3-pointer. Here you've got Rik Smits getting down the floor in a hurry. See if they can get something. Jordan has a 9-point first quarter going. Smits saved it. Comes out to Pippen. Here's Jordan on the left.
Here's trouble.
Jordan with 11. And the ball was thrown into half court, deflected. Jordan. Will Perdue. Fouled by Thompson. His second. Team's third. Pacers got hurt on the inbounds pass here.
Vern was stranded down there all by himself. Nobody down there to help him. He just threw the long pass to Chuck and got batted around. Michael stole it. Here he comes. Nice little bounce pass to Will Perdue. He got fouled going into the hoop.
And Perdue on the line hits his first foul shot. He has 3. We'll see Mike Sanders coming in. Detlef Schrempf coming in off of the Pacer bench. Well, Mike Sanders is coming in. You take a look at Detlef there, who has universally received tremendous acceptance around the league for his role as a 6th man with the Pacers. Done a dynamite job. Mike Sanders, of course, has just been tremendous. He came off of a season-high 19 points against Phoenix. The ball was stripped away by Jordan. I'll tell you one thing, Chicago, they have 2 of the top 10 ball hawks rated in steals in the league. And they can get physical with you, Pippen and Jordan, and they seem to get the bumps without getting the ball. Fleming to the hoop. Didn't go in. Tipped out. Here comes Chicago again. Sanders, the only man back. Paxson to Grant. A blocking foul on Sanders, and that is his first. Team's 4th. And Horace Grant seemed to be favoring that ankle as he slowed down a little bit.
Horace Grant is your 2.
That's John Paxson. The pass there. He kind of stepped on Mike Sanders' foot there and twisted his ankle a little bit. He's okay.
Grant gets to the foul line and increases it back to a 7-point lead. At 29-22, we have 3:15 remaining, first quarter of play. Bill Hazen and Bobby Leonard reporting from Chicago Stadium tonight. This is an important Central Division game. 8 points for Grant. He's off to a really good start. I'd say he probably wanted a big game after the job Karl Malone did on him in here on Thursday. Reggie Miller gets the screen from Detlef, but the screen isn't close enough. Now this time they get it. Miller slipped and fell, tied up. They'll jump it. Timeout will be taken by Indiana, so we'll have it coming up after we pause for a break. We have 2:57 remaining, first quarter of play. Our score of the ball game in Chicago 30 and the Pacers 22. Well, the Pacers are home next week for 2 great NBA matchups. Tuesday, it's David Robinson and the San Antonio Spurs, followed by Friday, the final meeting of the season for the Pacers and the Atlanta Hawks on Don't Foul Out night. There are tickets available for both games at all Ticketmaster locations. That should be fun.
Well, that tells a little story there. The Pacers are shooting 60%, but they've got 5 less shot than the Bulls, who are shooting 57%. So the shooting's been good.
Lead is at 8 right now for Indiana. Ed Neely in the lineup as Schrempf drives to the hoop. Neely stole the ball, hit the end line, out of bounds. And we'll take 5 seconds for station identification. We'll pause right here on the Pacers Television Network.
This is WXIN 59, Indianapolis.
Here's Detlef on the move against Ed Neely. Kind of kicked it out of bounds. Neely, that looked like a good play. They gave the ball to us out of bounds. I didn't see him step on the end line there.
All right, Mike Mathis is going over to explain, I believe. Let's see, did he go out of bounds or not?
Never did go out of bounds.
No, he didn't, as a matter of fact. So, didn't seem to be. So it'll be tossed inbounds. Indiana will have it, but 4 seconds on the shot clock. No reset. Sure, the ball, he didn't hit the end line. It didn't appear to. As we return live, the Bulls stole the inbounds pass, so the whole thing is moot anyway. Will Perdue.
Here's trouble right here. Paxson hangs around that outside all night long.
Paxson has 4. Rik Smits has gone to the bench for the Pacers. They've gone to a smaller unit now. And Detlef Schrempf, LaSalle Thompson, and Sanders up front for Indiana, along with Fleming and Reggie Miller. LaSalle Thompson to Fleming. Up she goes, and Vern hits it. Vern had a nice game against Phoenix, 22 points. He had 8 assists, and in the process, he became the club's all-time leading assist man, passing an old player for you, Slick, Don Bussey.
Oh, boo. Well, Vern's a good player, too. I sure like to see him hit that outside shot.
He's done it so far. 2 minutes to go for the first quarter. Jordan put it up. Did Reggie block it? I think he did. We were screened a little bit and couldn't see it, but Reggie made a heck of a defensive play. And King and Hodges will come in to the lineup for the Bulls. Craig Hodges and the rookie Stacey King. So the Bulls go further into their bench. King's been playing pretty well coming off of the bench.
King is a much improved player also. Here's Pippen going to the basket.
And just beats the 24-second clock. Indiana has the ball back. They can cut it to 6 with a basket, and Detlef goes to get it and does so.
That's the shot I like to see Detlef take. He raised that up real quick that time instead of standing out there trying to measure.
Indiana gets quick too. We're approaching a minute and a half to go here in the first quarter of play. But it started out as a very rugged night for Indiana, and then they've come right back since. Ed Neely to Michael Jordan.
Stacey King's wide open.
Yeah.
They lost him.
As soon as you said that, Michael Jordan found him. Stacey King has his first 2. Detlef Schrempf with 20 to shoot as the Pacers go back to work. Miller came up firing, and Neely bumped him and fouled him.
Foul is on Ed Neely.
Neely with his first and the team's third. First of the last 2 minutes.
This is the King basket right here. Everybody stands around and watches Michael, and sometimes they just forget about their man, and that time Stacey King just rolled underneath for an easy basket.
Reggie Miller has a 5-point quarter going. He has his hands full tonight, but one thing I've liked about every time I've seen Reggie Miller play Michael Jordan, he's played him with a lot of confidence.
Well,
that's important.
He's going to play him tough. He's going to compete.
And he's held his own. I'd say for the most part, he's held his own. Pippen, who's picked up by Mike Sanders right now. Stacey King downstairs got loose and laid it in. He went right around LaSalle Thompson. King with 4. So the rookie taking the veteran that time. And Fleming goes back on the attack as we're under a minute. Fleming, the screen from Detlef Schrempf. Fleming goes in there deep, lays it up and in. Vern with a 6-point first quarter. Oh, what a scoring quarter. 36-30 here.
Getting a lot of points on the board.
Very much like the opening quarter last night against Phoenix. Jordan comes up firing, and I think Reggie Miller forced him to adjust his shooting there. Here come the Pacers. Art Fleming to Detlef Schrempf.
Oh,
lays it up and in.
Nice pass, Vern. Nice layup for Detlef.
And now it's a 4-point ball game, and the difference between the clocks is about 3 seconds. So Chicago will try to kill as much time off of that as they can. You're watching the game clock. The shot clock reads 14, so you can tell about what it is. The shot clock at 10.
Let's see what
9.
this guy does with it. They got it in the hands of old Reliable here.
And
illegal defense.
And this will be, no, there was a bump on LaSalle Thompson. And he has 3 here in the first quarter. And that puts the bonus in effect. With 6 6/10 seconds for the quarter, Rik Smits will come back in. And Pippen gets the first foul shot. He now has 4. And here's Big Rick coming back in, and LaSalle Thompson will go to the bench.
LaSalle got several rebounds in that first quarter. It's too bad he had to pick up that 3rd foul.
So now it's a 5-point ball.
Looked like he was going to have a big night off the boards.
Pippen, he got the second one. 5-point first quarter for him. Indiana will have to hurry here. Vern Fleming fouled. And the foul went against Craig Hodges. His first.
That's bonus.
Oh, yeah, because that's the second in the last 2 minutes.
2.5 seconds left on the clock. He gives up a foul.
Yeah.
That's not going to make Phil Jackson very happy.
I would say you're right about that. And Vern, an excellent foul shooter. Misses the first one. Vern's just one of those guys, the game that he has is somewhat of a quiet game, you know. It's not spectacular, so a lot of the things that he does that are so positive, you don't really notice out there. But when you're done at the end of a ball game, you see that he's accomplished quite a bit to help your team.
They're going to get something up here.
Pippen lets her go, and that is the end of the first quarter. We're through 1 here at Chicago Stadium on Saturday night. It's the Bulls leading the Pacers 38-33. Coming your way, as always, on the Pacers Television Network.
It's a high-scoring affair in the Chicago Stadium. The Bulls lead the Pacers by 5, 38-33 after the first quarter. And, Jerry, the Pacers are doing what they did so very successfully early in the season. That's the transition game. They're running the ball.
It's absolutely superb to see them run the ball like that, especially with Vern Fleming in the middle and having the wingmen really get in their little different areas. And he has the option of going to the basket or passing off to the wingmen. And they've done that extremely well, especially on all of the Chicago Bulls misses. So they've gotten it down, and it's been like a one-on-one situation for the defense as far as Chicago is concerned.
Pacers trail by 5. Be sure to join us at halftime. We'll have scores and highlights from around the league and a feature on the Pacers fan slam dunk competition. You'll be real surprised at some of these slams these guys are throwing down. Now for the second quarter, let's go back to the stadium.
We want to remind everybody, Brian, you can win a $250 shopping spree in the Pacers home court gift shop. Simply guess which Pacer player will score the first basket in the fourth quarter during any of our telecasts. It's the Miller Lite fourth quarter shootout. And to enter, send a card with your guess plus your name, address, and telephone number to the address shown on the screen. You must be at least 21 years of age and watch on Tuesday, January 30th, to see if your entry is drawn. Right or wrong with your guess, you receive a Pacer jacket from Miller Lite. That'll be coming up in the fourth quarter. Randy Whitman coming in for the Pacers and Ricky Green. So the Pacers go to their bench.
B.J. Armstrong's in there for the Bulls, along with Craig Hodges. Stacey King's at a forward, and Bill Cartwright's back in the middle.
The ball was tipped away out of bounds. Indiana retains it with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Rik Smits gets the inbound pass. Ricky Green. Downstairs to Big Rick. Gets his man up on his feet. They double teamed, however. 4 to shoot. Somebody will have to shoot it. Sanders lets her go. Didn't get it. Detlef tried for the tip, and Armstrong came out of there with it. B.J. Armstrong, the rookie from Iowa, brings it across. Gets a return feed in the corner. He has some shooting ability. You have to get out on him. Now they've got a mismatch. Ricky Green has picked up Stacey King. Armstrong's the open man. Didn't get it. Hey, Ricky Green got the rebound. Here comes Indiana. Fed all the way across.
Boy, that's a great shot, Randy. Ricky picked him out over in the corner. He was wide open.
What a feed that was, and Randy Whitman finished it off with a picture-perfect jumper. Tipped out of bounds. Chicago has it on Pippen's drive. It'll be tossed in. 16 to shoot. This shows the signs of being much of the up-and-down type game. Not as much as with Phoenix last night, but much like it. Stacey King, good job, and they call a foul. I was just going to say, great job defensively. Mike Sanders gets tagged with the foul, and that is his second. Team's first.
Randy's in a ball game, and I know Randy's smart enough. Here's the replay on that last one. Stacey King, they called a foul there on Mike for sticking his arm in.
So Chicago has it. Hodges, Armstrong. Stacey King puts his head down. Pippen. And the jump shot on the way by Armstrong did not go. There was a loose ball foul.
Loose ball foul.
Mike Sanders again. So now Chicago have a third chance at it. Team second, and immediately Chuck Person gets off of the Pacer bench. He'll come back in. Now Michael Jordan is getting a breather for the Bulls right now. They have Hodges and Armstrong in the back line, along with King, Cartwright, and Pippen up front. Pacers are countering with a new backcourt of Ricky Green and Randy Whitman. Whitman's on Hodges right now. Cartwright tries to drive in on Rik Smits, missed the shot. Shrimp had it. It was batted away from him. And now they go for
Ricky
Green, stole the ball.
Come on, Ricky.
Fed over in the corner. Whitman again. Didn't get it. And B.J. Armstrong pulls it off for Chicago. Up the floor he comes. Ricky Green picked him up. He lost the ball. Randy Whitman has it for the Pacers. They can cut it to one. Shrimp driving underneath and gets it.
Nice pass, Randy.
Detlef just exploded there. He blew right by Bill Cartwright. And it's a 1-point Chicago lead. B.J. Armstrong trying to set up the two-man game over there. They didn't get it locked down correctly. Here's Pippen on the fadeaway and hits the jumper. Pippen was 7, and the lead again at 3 for Chicago at 2.5 minutes old here in the second quarter of play. Bill Hazen and Bobby Leonard coming your way on the Pacers television network tonight. Smits. He goes up for it. And that's the shot. Rik Smits with 8 on the half to Cartwright's 2. And that's an area where the Pacers are doing some business. Cartwright is not 100% healthy. But he's healthy enough to push Rik around anyway. We know that. Cartwright over the middle and gets the hook shot down, bumping and grinding every step of the way. Chuck Person takes a quick one. Nope. And Cartwright is there to get the rebound. Off to Pippen. Bulls lead at 3. Stacey King. Detlef Schrempf is on it. Missed the shot. Smits has the board. And the Pacers. Ricky Green. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you, it's great to see him slice up the court like that.
Oh, he's got that good speed. You can't replace that in the game.
And he's in control. The thing is, he's in control when he does it. That's when you really are dangerous. Chuck Person. Put it up. Wouldn't go. Pippen. Person kind of bumped him at half
Somebody
court.
get him.
Somebody did. Was it Detlef Schrempf? Now the win against Chuck. Chuck Person has his second. Pacers are piling up a lot of fouls here, Slick, early in this game.
Well, here's the replay. Here's Scottie Pippen going to the basket. You see Detlef reach in there.
But they gave it to Chuck Person, however. So he was called for it.
Chuck grabbed him out the top of the circle, and then Detlef hit him again down underneath.
Pippen. Nope, not there. 7 points for the product of Central Arkansas. Was himself an all-star this year, coming off a 24-point, 4-rebound performance against Utah. Now what do we have? Somebody in the circle. Somebody may have been pushed in. Warren set Reggie Miller off of the Pacer bench. He'll come in, and he replaces Chuck Person. So now you have Miller up front. Interesting alignment here, Slick.
Going with really 3 guards in there, but obviously playing it's either going to be Randy or Reggie playing a forward spot.
All right, Pippen splits the foul shots. He has 8 now, and that lead is at 4. Some pressure defense. Ricky Green slicing through it, trying to. Armstrong got the ball from him, and the foul by Ricky Green. And they call a breakaway, or do they? We'll see. Was there a breakaway foul on that?
They ran their little trap right here, and they got it away from Ricky. And this is Stacey King, the Oklahoma product.
Ricky Green got the foul. His first. Team's fourth. They are ruling a breakaway here.
They just batted it away.
Yeah, you can see he grabbed him from the back. King at the line. Gets it. 5 points for Stacey King. Well, we mentioned before, Slick, that this is a ball-hawking team, and they do it physically. And for some odd reason, King got the rebound after the miss.
Boy, that's what hurts right there.
Reggie
he misses
Miller.
the free throw, gets the bounce, right back, gets back on the line again. It could be a 3-point play.
And the penalty is locked in at 8:08 to go in the second quarter, and Michael Jordan comes back in. So at the line is King. He'll have 2 more. And he's there with the first one. He has 6, and the Bulls are kicking that lead out a little bit now.
Oklahoma's scoring 100 points a game this year without Stacey King.
And they did it with him, too. He's going to be a nice player. 7 points for Stacey King. And the Bulls, due to the injuries, have had to play him more. So he certainly benefited from that. Rik Smits, Randy Whitman. They've got Smits well out on the floor, so they've got it inverted down there. Foul as Detlef Schrempf tried to escape Armstrong, and Armstrong fouled him. That is his first, team's first.
There's Detlef in the low post, and B.J. Armstrong comes from the weak side. He got him in the air. He fouled him.
7:53 remaining here for the second quarter play. John Paxson will come back in, so it's Paxson and Jordan in the back. Grant, Cartwright, and Stacey King up front. This is a big front line for Chicago. It's about the biggest line they can field. Miller lost the ball out of bounds.
One thing people don't realize about Michael Jordan, he's an excellent defensive player.
Downstairs to King. Chicago on the attack. King comes up firing and hits. Stacey King with a 9-point first half.
Like we said at the start of the ball game, Billy, he's a much improved player.
And a timeout is going to be taken by the Indiana Pacers. We have 7:20 remaining. Second quarter of play coming your way from Chicago tonight. It's the Bulls 48 and the Pacers 39. Right here on the Pacers Television Network. Hey, we have one for you right here. You could win a trip to see the Pacers and the 76ers on April 18th in the Spectrum in Philadelphia. Register now at participating Bank One locations for the road game sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. The winner will receive a trip for two on Northwest Airlines to see this game. Enter soon for the Bank One road game sweepstakes. We'll see you in Philadelphia, we hope. 48-39. Chicago by 9. Indiana with the ball. We have 7:18 remaining. First half of play coming away on the Pacers Television Network tonight. Miller got loose for the bomber.
Boom, baby. Boom, baby. That's the first one tonight.
So Reggie Miller has 9. Michael Jordan was defending him, kind of flew by him, and that left Reggie wide open. And boy, King just gave a real good forearm to Miller. Jordan came up with a shot, didn't get it, batted around. Miller comes out with it. He's tripped. Went down hard. He looks hurt.
Oh, my.
King rams it at the other end, and Reggie
is hurt.
King with 11. He appeared to fall hard on a wrist. He was coming out of there. I couldn't tell if he was bumped. He was running at full speed. Let's see.
There it was, right there. It was Vern. He tripped over Vern's foot. He's grabbing hold of his elbow and wrist. But we don't need this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
See how it turns out. You get another look at it right there.
You know what? He tripped himself. He just hit his own leg on there, John. Or Slick. He just hit his own leg as he was coming across half court. And he's up. He's going to be okay. And we will pause with 6:44 remaining second quarter of play. It's the Bulls 50 and the Pacers 42. Fleming is on the bench being attended to. Randy Whitman has taken his place in the Pacer lineup. Here's Chuck Person. And they feed it downstairs to Rik Smits, who goes right over Will Perdue and scores 10 points for Rik Smits. So Reggie Miller is being attended to on the sidelines right now. And Randy Whitman has taken his place in the Pacer lineup. John Paxson. It's 50-44. Chicago approaching halfway through the second quarter in what's been a high-tempo game. Paxson missed the three. It's King tangled up in there with Detlef Schrempf. Fleming came out of there with it, takes it to the hole and gets it.
I knew Vern was going all the way that time. Boy, he's one of the best in the business of taking that ball to the hoop.
Fleming with 9. Wasn't much that Paxson could do about it. Randy Whitman's covering Jordan. And Jordan goes in, dropped it downstairs. Shot was missed, point blank. Grant couldn't put it away, and the Pacers had the ball back. They can pull within 2. And Schrempf went up for it, was fouled. So the foul went against Will Perdue. As his first, that's the team's second. Scottie Pippen comes back into the Chicago lineup. And Detlef Schrempf goes to the foul line. Well, remember, one nice thing about having a player like Detlef, if necessary, he can play that 4 spot.
Oh, he can. He can bring the ball up the floor. He can do some things out there.
And
this is a funny ball game. We're down 4 points right now. Detlef's got a chance to cut it to 2 and misses the first one. But it seems like the Bulls should be ahead by more than that.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking the very same thing. Missed it. Smits got the rebound, though, and kicks it out front. Indiana has the ball right back. Good job on the offensive glass. Well, it's good to see Rik Smits go in there and get some boards. Randy Whitman. Detlef Schrempf goes strong to the hoop, but couldn't get it.
Get the roll.
Will Perdue had it. And off to Pippen. He'll go up for a pair. Nope. And Randy Whitman pulls it off of there. Whitman's picked up by Michael Jordan. Over to Vern Fleming. Paxson is on him. Chuck Person drives around Perdue. They've got a mismatch. Fleming back out. Tries to back down. Went up with it. Was deflected to the sideline. Out of bounds. And it goes to Chicago. Purdue to toss it in. And Dick Versace, I was just watching it, looked like he was ready to clear a hole right through one of the officials.
He didn't like that too well.
If that was a laser beam, that official would have had about a 6-inch hole going through it. 4:42 remaining for the second quarter. As Pippen goes in, drops it off to Jordan.
There's what jumping ability does for you. He just hung in the air. He got hit. He got hit. He just hung in the air and got it in the hole.
Rik Smits got the foul.
Here's the drop-off by Scottie Pippen. Got up the middle. Now watch Michael. He pulls it back and rolls it in.
Jordan, with the three-point conversion, now has 14 points. Those are his first points of the second quarter.
And there's the trap. They've got the trap beat.
Indiana breaks it. Well, look at this. The grab by Pippen as he just literally bear hugs Detlef Schrempf on the drive. Pippen with his first, team's third. And so Detlef gets to the foul line again.
There's Dick Versace with Mike Mathis. He's saying, hey, Mike, give me a break, will you please?
And usually it's something along the lines of, keep an eye out for this. Can you see him? Watch next time down.
I could have told you what he really said.
Is it clean? Well, this is a family show, you know. 8 points for Schrempf. 53-48. Constantly working the officials. He hasn't thrown a ball rack yet, though, Slick. Pippen. Off of the glass and in. Pippen with 10.
That's one of Scottie's strong suits. He lays the ball. There's another turnover.
Pacers turn it over, trailing by 7. Chicago comes right back. Approaching 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Michael Jordan shoots it over Smits. Didn't get it.
Look up.
Smits is ahead of the field. Vern Fleming trying to push it. Drives in, left it off, but Jordan saw it coming and stole the ball. Purdue flipped it out. Schrempf stole that pass. Indiana has it back. Smits right over Purdue. Whoa!
That was an all-time slammer there. And right back. Michael slams it at the other end.
Jordan says, I'll tell you what, we don't want to think about that too long. I'll slam one.
Michael's got a quiet, very quiet 16 points right now.
And 3.5 minutes to go in the quarter. The Bulls by 7. Well, that's one way to make sure that a slam doesn't get you down too long. The two-man game. Smits goes right to the hook shot, and he is killing Will Purdue. He is eating him up and spitting him out. There's no way that Will Purdue can play him. Rik ought to take him to the hole every chance. Now they got a rub off. Jordan's covered by 2 men. Purdue's wide open. But he had the ball as Indiana scrambled to recover. A foul was called on Randy Whitman. His first. And Purdue gets to the line.
There's Reggie right there. We'll see. David Craig took a good look at that wrist and elbow. We'll see. We'll get a report on that.
Well, there's nothing on it. They haven't put anything on it, I don't think. No. So
as long as it's not in the cast, he'll play.
There you are. 6 points for Will Purdue, and again the trapping defense. Detlef takes it right up the middle and slices it behind the back. Smits had to work to get to it. Whitman. Now they can go into their game here. Chuck Person on the baseline. Hit the side of the board. Purdue got the rebound. Comes out, elbows flailing. Pippen to Grant against the board. Offensive basket interference is called against Grant, says Mike Mathis.
That wasn't a shot, that was a pass. Mike thought Scottie Pippen shot the ball.
But you still can't stick your hand up or in any way grab the net, or the ball did hit the rim. You can't in any way interfere with any part of the basket assembly. And apparently they ruled that he hit it. Rik Smits, now they've got King in there. They've taken Purdue out.
That's it, Rick. Lay that ball on the floor.
Fleming. 8 to shoot. Detlef Schrempf. 5 to shoot. Grant picked his pocket out of bounds. 3 to shoot. Indiana will need a quick play here. Trailing 59-52 at 2:19 remaining in the second quarter. As Pacer coach Dick Versace looks on, he's been working and walking the sidelines quite a bit here in the first half. Schrempf. Person for 3. Left it short, and that automatically activates the 24-second timer, which had expired. It'll be out of bounds to Chicago, with Michael Jordan to toss it in to Paxson. So Jordan will bring it up the floor.
Burns looking around, see if there's anybody behind him to help him.
Yeah, because now he'll have to have Jordan all the way. Jordan throws out of the double team. Pippen over to Paxson, nearly slipped. He did appear to slip a little. We have an ice surface under this floor, you know.
The defense is good. The defense is good. Oh, boy.
Well, not on the board as Pippen got the ball back. Ball bounced off of there. It was a hard bounce back. The backdoor lob for Jordan. And the foul went against Rik Smits, trying to block it. That's his third.
Here's a high pass to Michael. Michael just cut back door. And there's the pass from Scottie Pippen. They call Rick for the foul.
So Jordan, the master of throwdown, at the foul line with 17. Reggie Miller comes back in now for the Pacers. Rik Smits and Chuck Person hit the bench.
Greg Dryling's going to get a minute 39 here.
Jordan now with 17.
Boy,
and with
quiet 18 points. They stole it. Now here he is. Uh-oh. That's why they pack 18,000 plus in here every night to see him do that.
They got it on the steal. Inbounds pass to Vern Fleming. This floor is a little slick. The players have really been sliding around. Dreiling across the timeline. Shrimp took it inside. He's held. Scottie Pippen got the foul. And on Pippen, that is his second.
Uh-oh. Dick got his first one. He jumped on Mike Mathis just a little bit.
First of the last 2 minutes on that last foul, so the technical foul called on Dick Versace. And Jordan will get an easy one at the foul line. He's there. That's a dozen. Jordan with a 21-point first half. Now we'll see Ed Neely coming back into the Chicago lineup. Pippen will go to the bench.
They like Neely here in Chicago. He's kind of like their enforcer. Plays real hard.
And he kind of summarizes that work ethic that we associate so much with Midwestern places. Stacey King got a foul. And on him, that's his first. So now that puts the bonus into effect at 108, and Reggie Miller will shoot. And now Chicago's kicked that lead out a little bit. Reggie hits the first one to bring the Pacers back to 11 down.
There's the push right there. You see Reggie fall back out of there. That was the foul.
11 points as Reggie Miller hits both foul shots. We return live here, and a minute 6 to go for the quarter. Second quarter of play. Up in the half, we'll be filling you in on all of the game action in the NBA tonight. Neely trying to drive to the hoop, didn't get it. And Greg Dreiling got the rebound for the Pacers.
That play was created by Michael Jordan. There's a nice fake right there.
Vern Fleming, the open man, didn't get it. Paxson comes out with it. We're at 42 seconds.
Here he is.
Boy, that looked like traveling to me.
Randy Whitman did a nice job on that. Randy did a nice job on that play.
Broke it up.
Here's Michael coming in for the flyer. I don't know if Randy fouled him or not on that one.
Jordan, a ball taken away by Miller. And Vern Fleming has it back. So the Pacers continue to go with 3 guards here as Miller puts it up. Got it on the rim.
Reggie's learned how to get on the foul line. John Paxson. Reggie's learned how to get to that free throw line.
So John Paxson has his first. And Reggie Miller gets to the foul line again. And Reggie is there for a dozen. So Reggie is piecing together a good half of basketball. Miller gets them both. He has 13 now. And Chicago bring it up the floor. Difference between the clocks is 5 seconds. So the Pacers should have the last shot of the half. Jordan had to track the ball down.
He's going to go at him again. He's going at Vern again.
Jordan, 6 seconds. Jordan drives by people, put it up. And there was a foul called on Detlef Schrempf, and Detlef felt he was pushed off. Detlef felt that Michael Jordan cleared him with
Here's Michael. Watch this play. Look at this. The guy does it all. Went behind his back, split 2 players. Look at this. That's why he's a great, great offensive player.
Jordan now with 22. As he hits the first one, he'll have one more here. 65-56 Chicago, and 10.5 seconds left for the quarter. 23-point half for Michael Jordan. This is probably the best in terms of an individual half that he's thrown together against the Pacers in some time. Schrempf drives around Neely. He got banged.
Nice play, Detlef.
Oh, man. Drove into heavy traffic. Fouls against Jordan, I think.
He got hit by 2 or 3 people that time, but made a nice off-the-glass basket.
So Detlef in double figures with 10. And now there are 3 3/10 seconds left on the clock. So Detlef to try to cut it to 7. He does so. Here's the ball. Look at this. He hit the scoreboard. Can you believe that? Ed Neely hit the scoreboard overhead. I don't know if you could see that on the camera or not. But Neely threw one so far up there, he almost drilled a hole through the board.
Looked like one of the Bear quarterbacks on that one.
And yeah, that shouldn't happen at home. That should never, ever happen in this building. They play here all the time. Indiana has a chance to cut it to 5. Miller, the lob for Dreiling is tipped away by King, out of bounds. 1 3/10 seconds left. They ran the lob play.
Here's Neely's long, high pass, and it, boom, it hits the scoreboard.
There was a boom baby of a different kind, huh? Reggie lets her go.
He got that. Oh, what a shot.
Indeed. It's
Run
a
out
3.
the floor, Reggie.
It's a 2.
It's a 2.
Reggie Miller with 15 first half points. That was a great job. He let Jordan fly by him and had the patience of mind to wait and get the shot off. How he did that in 1.3 seconds, I'm not exactly sure. But in the process, the Chicago Bulls will have just a 5-point lead as the Pacers have come back, and several times they've been 8, 9, or 10 down, but they've come right back. So, Brian, here we are at the half now, and the Pacers trail it by 5.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen. It seems like the Pacers ought to be down by 20, but they're only down by 5 at halftime, 66-61, and we'll be back with our halftime show right after this on the Pacers Television Network. It's halftime at the stadium. The Bulls have a 5-point lead over the Indiana Pacers, 66-61. And, Jerry, looking at this game, it seems like the Pacers ought to be down a lot of points, but they're hanging in there.
Yes, they are, and I think you hit it right on the nose when you said hanging in there, because they're doing it with a lot of determination and drive, picking up the loose balls and taking advantage of the Bulls' errors and so on. And they've done a very good job inside with Rik Smits. Not only is he hit well inside with his turnaround jumper and so on, I see something different in Rik. He's passing the ball out when he doesn't feel well to Vern. Then Vern goes back in there and he gets himself in a better position, and he's going up well. So he's learning as the season is progressing.
There you see Michael Jordan with a slam dunk. He had 23 points. And getting back to Rik Smits, Bill Cartwright has been hurt. He's missed 9 of the last 10 games with back spasms, and Will Perdue cannot guard Rik Smits. There you see Reggie Miller going down with his injury. It proved to be a minor injury. Reggie is now back in the lineup for the Indiana Pacers, but Will Perdue can't guard Rik Smits.
Yeah, and I'm going to see the day when everybody's going to have problem with a Rik Smits. You can almost see it coming because he's learning, and he's been a foreign ball player, and of course coming over here he has to learn fundamentals all over again. And people don't realize he's only played about 6 years of ball. So I saw times when he was bringing the ball down where you learn fundamentally in basketball as in high school that you keep the ball up and things like that. So I anticipate that Rik Smits is going to be a superstar.
All right, now let's take a look at the playoff race. If the season were to end today Here are the 8 teams from the Eastern Conference that would advance to the playoffs. Chicago right there in the number 3 hole. Indiana hanging on to the 7th spot, but right behind them is Atlanta. Jerry, you look at this. Milwaukee is definitely catchable. The Pacers would love to have the number 5 spot. Boston, that's iffy. But right now the Pacers really have to get over Milwaukee and look out for Atlanta.
You know, I think you're almost looking into my mind. I was up here thinking of that after we saw that. And I think we have a better chance to look forward at Milwaukee and try to get them. And Boston is, they're catchable, because how many times will you beat a Boston 3 times in a row? That has happened. So they are not the strong team as has been the case in the past. So the Pacers have got to look forward, because Atlanta is coming to town.
Let's take a look at the Western Conference standings as far as the playoffs are concerned. The Lakers and Utah really having a battle for the best record in the Western Conference. Portland is right there. Phoenix playing very well. San Antonio, one of the surprise teams this year. Denver, Dallas, Seattle, a real strong lineup as far as the Western Conference is concerned.
I'm a little surprised that San Antonio is not a little further up than they are. Obviously, they're young with that, but they have so much talent, and if they get in a position with that home court advantage, I could see them beating the Lakers, teams like that. But right now, it's right where it should be, with the Lakers on top, really battling with Utah. So.
Of course, all those standings can change, because there's a lot of basketball left in this NBA season. We'll be back with the second half of the Bulls and the Pacers right after this on the Pacers Television Network. Well, the Pacers are trying to avoid falling back to the 500 mark. They're 31-30, trying to get their 32nd win of the year tonight. To do so, they've got to come from behind and beat the Chicago Bulls. And for the second half, let's go back to Bill and Slick.
Well, and I think you have to be in a position to attack now here, Brian. And I was listening to your remarks and those of Jerry Harkness, and I think he hit it right on the head, in the sense that the Pacers did a lot of good things in this first half. Now, when you pin your ears back for the second half attack, where do you go?
Well, the big thing in the first half, of course, we had a lot of turnovers. We look at the 5-point spread up there. We had 5 more turnovers. We're out rebounding. We're shooting 62%. So really, it's a ball game. It's a funny ball game. You'd think we'd be down by 20, and we're down 5.
Yeah, it is a funny thing because of the turnover situation, and the Bulls did generate a lot of points from the turnovers that they got. From the Pacers. They're a ball-hawking team, certainly, and that's how they make up for a rebound deficiency that they often have. Now, as far as the individuals are concerned, Reggie Miller had a 15-point first half. He was out there at the end of the half, so although he fell on his wrist and his left arm, he's okay. He's playing with it. Rik Smits with an outstanding first half, and he seemed to me, and this is what I was talking about when I was asking you, where do they go, Slick? This is kind of what I was getting at here. Smits, Schrempf ended up in double figures. Detlef came on very strongly here at the end of the half, and so there you see how the Pacers had it. Now, as far as the Team Jordan is concerned, well, there he is, Team Jordan right at the top. And then King and Pippen, it really falls a long way off, and Grant then to single figures. The thing that I liked when they got the ball down on the block to Rik, and he's scoring and he's doing some things, it seems like that opens everything up, and it makes that offense flow. If they can get that going in this second half, then there are going to be all sorts of people doing all sorts of things, it seems to me, Slick.
Well, Detlef, most of our scoring in the first half came down low. Rik down low, Detlef down low. So obviously we're going to have to establish that game at the start of the third quarter, and we need a big third quarter. We need to jump out quick, Billy. At the start of the ball game, the Bulls jumped out 10-0, and then we're playing catch-up. So we've got to come out quick here in the third quarter and get right back in this thing and get the lead.
Second quarter was a 28-28 standoff after the Bulls had taken the first quarter 38-33. And, you know, Chicago started out on a 10-0 run beginning the game, hitting 5 of their first 6 shots when the game got underway. And the Pacers didn't get on the board until almost 3 minutes into it when they hit some foul shots, and they didn't hit their first field goal until almost 4 minutes into this game. And that's why I think when you're saying it could be a lot worse than it is as far as Indiana is concerned, that's what you were talking about.
Well,
terrible start.
Now, if we don't come out tough here in the third quarter, Chicago's the type of ball club that can run up some big numbers on you, and they can take that 5-point lead and run it to 20. So we've got to really come out this first 5 or 6 minutes, establish our game.
Foul situation, Rik Smits and LaSalle Thompson both have 3. That is a source of concern. No Chicago player has 3. Chuck Person Looking for Smits downstairs.
Lay it on the floor, Rick. That's it.
And he does so. Comes up on Cartwright. Put it on the back rim. Grant gets the rebound. And here come the Chicago Bulls with a 5-point lead beginning the third quarter. Paxson, Jordan, Pippen, Grant, Cartwright against Fleming, Miller, LaSalle Thompson, Chuck Person.
Here's Michael for a slam.
And Rik Smits. Jordan with 25. And Fleming will bring it into the fourth quarter. Reggie Miller for three. Nope, didn't get it. LaSalle Thompson tried to keep it alive. Cartwright came up with a deflection. And Chicago will get up the floor. Michael Jordan. Miller ran into a screen there. Now they got Smits on Jordan. Tries to drive around him. Flipped it off. Pippen. Nope. And the rebound claimed by Thompson. Fleming brings it up the floor. Pacers are looking for that break if they can get it here tonight, Slick, it seems. They're much more getting the ball up the floor a little more quickly tonight. Turned that one into Cartwright and drew the foul on Cartwright. His second. How did he do this now, Slick?
Well, we've gone to the low post first 2 times. Rick's moving around in there real good. There's when he shoots his jumper the best, is when he lays it on the floor first.
Smits had 14 first half points and starts off strongly here in the third quarter. 15 now for the game. Getting that solid post production is a real benefit. And a guy like this can give you.
Well, he's had some big ball games this year. I think, everybody says, well, he needs better consistency, which he does. But, boy, for a second-year center, he's come up with those games with 30 and 15 rebounds, and he's going to get better at it.
It's like you said, it's about the third year. I remember you saying in the telecast one night, Jordan got the shot off and hit it. 27 points for Michael. And the Bulls lead it by 7. And Reggie Miller couldn't control the ball. It hit his foot and went out of bounds. Chicago has it back. Paxson. Pippen. Jordan floats well out along with Cartwright.
Everything hinges on Jordan with this ball club. He opens up the whole floor for everybody. Here he is.
Jordan.
Here he is.
Drive around. Floats one up there. Didn't get it. It's a 3-on-1. Now they got a good breakout here.
We should get something here.
And Miller does. Miller does. 17 points for Reggie. That time Jordan took one of the few bad shots and they paid for it at the other end.
The only reason it was bad is because it didn't go in.
Well,
he makes those kind of shots.
And if he doesn't, you have a 3-on-1 at the other end. That's what they got. Grant. Cartwright. They've got a switch off here. Cartwright's ball was taken away, tipped out of bounds. Who hit it last? Reggie Miller did. And so the Bulls have it to inbounds with 2 seconds on the shot clock. They need a quick one here. And let's see if they go to the lob master. Nope, Grant will take it. And missed everything.
There's a rule that should be changed right there. Now, Reggie had that rebound, could have taken it down the floor, but the horn went off and they stopped play. They should let play continue.
Advantage rule, if you will. 70-65.
Look at Michael play. Michael play Reggie. He's playing him tough, and Reggie's doing a nice job.
Yes, indeed. Miller still has scored 17 points on him. Jordan has a big 27 tonight.
Nothing unusual.
Yeah, another day at the office for both of these players.
Byrne can beat Paxson.
Person sets the screen for him. Chuck gets it. Missed badly on the shot. Cartwright had it. Fed it out. Pippen tiptoeing the sideline. Grant with 10. He's in double figures, and the lead up to 7 for Chicago. It's been floating between 7 and 5. We're 3 minutes old here in the third quarter. Bill Hazen and Bobby Leonard coming your way on the Pacers Television Network tonight as we follow the Indiana Pacers against the Chicago Bulls. Reggie Miller was fouled by Pippen. No doubt about that. He reached in there, his third. Team's second. Common foul, Pacers to inbound.
We need a little offense from Chuck. He's a little bit cold right now. He's missed his last 5 shots. We need him to warm up a little bit.
Reggie Miller isolated on Jordan. Let's see how he goes on him. Tries to drive around him. Got him inside. Bodies flying everywhere. Out of bounds. Jordan trying to take the charge, but Miller had gotten him on his shoulder. But you're not going to get a charge when he's got you on his side.
Now, Reggie beat him. He's got him there. Michael got away with...
Yeah, a rake down.
With a rake.
Got away with a raker. 14 seconds to inbound it. That's the type of thing that Chicago and Michael Jordan gets away with better than any player in the league. Person.
That's it, Chuck. Chuck broke that dry spell.
Person with 10. When you go around the league, there's an awful lot of talk about that as you talk with people about, they talk about who gets the calls, what type of calls they get. And that's the one that Jordan always seems to get. He can put pressure on, and unless he just mugs you, they don't call it. Grant didn't get it. LaSalle Thompson climbs the board. Fleming. 5 points to lead. And Indiana with the ball, trailing by 5. Person tried to cut it to 3. Thompson had it, kept it alive, but he's called for the rebounding foul over the back.
That's 4.
He's the first man in trouble for the Pacers. Teams first. And let's pause 5 seconds for station identification right here on the Pacers Television Network.
This is WXIN 59, Indianapolis.
We have a 5-point lead for the Chicago Bulls, who have the ball against the Indiana Pacers here as Pippen goes for a pair. Didn't get it. Grant batted it out. Chicago has the ball back. Paxson.
Boy, he's murder. He's murder. He gets open. He hangs around and gets open and hits the big 3.
Miller went in there, and Michael Jordan fouled him hard.
No foul.
No foul. No foul on it. Out of bounds.
I think he pinned that ball. He hustled all the way back.
Fleming. Offensive foul on Vern. His first. We'll see whether Jordan indeed got it cleanly.
That doesn't tell you anything.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Hard to tell whether there could have been body contact in there. From this angle, it looked like he got him pretty hard. Paxson, covered by Vern Fleming.
Here's the post up. Here's the post up. Reggie steals it.
And Miller got in there, anticipated the pass, and stole it. Good play by Reggie. And Indiana brings it back, trailing by 8 on tonight's Pacer telecast, coming away from the Chicago Stadium on the near west side of Chicago. Fleming downstairs to Chuck Person. Nearly knocked away. He saved it. Miller, he'll come up firing for 3. Nope, but yes!
Well, that was a nice looking tip in there.
Oh, he got way up there, didn't he? He got way up there. An explosive leap by Rik Smits. Pippen to Grant. Right back to Pippen. Lost the ball. Saved it. 10 seconds to shoot. Miller tipped it in the backcourt. Chased down by, well, Jordan will just let it go. 5 seconds on the shot clock now. I'm kind of surprised that Jordan didn't shake that down and really go after that, because there's not much time on the shot clock. We'll pause. Score as you see it. The Bulls 75, the Pacers 69. Well, Chicago will need a quick shot here. They lead it by 6. Bill Hazen back with Bobby Leonard. They're going to have to go 3/4 of the court and get a shot in 5 seconds. Goes to Grant. Back to Pippen. 3 on the shot clock. Pippen. Paxson with 1 on the shot clock. Got it in.
It's a killer.
9 points for Paxson. 5 of them this quarter. And lead is up at 8. Reggie Miller, covered by Jordan. Chuck Person. Pippen on him. Good move. He got up and got the foul. Horace Grant came over to double team, and he's the guy who got it.
Chuck almost got that one in there. Almost got it in. Didn't get the roll.
See if he can get a pair from the foul line. He's there for the first time tonight. Of course, when I think of the recent games with the Chicago Bulls, I think of that game down at Market Square Arena, and here was the hero. You may remember those 2 shots that he got off in under 3 seconds. Missed the second one. There was a whistle, though. Lane violation called on Cartwright. And Cartwright had a few words for Mike Mathis on that. And so Person will get another chance.
We're going to give you another chance, Chuck.
Get another freebie. And Chuck Person puts it in. He has a dozen. So it is again a 6-point ball game. And we are exactly halfway through the 3rd quarter of play. It's been a tight game for the most part. Michael Jordan. Reggie Miller on him. Jordan missed the shot, but LaSalle Thompson didn't get the rebound sealed off, and Pippen gets one.
Their quickness right there hurt us. Horace Grant got to that ball and gave him a second opportunity.
Fleming. Downstairs to Rik Smits. Out to Chuck Person. Miller. Goes right around Jordan. Dropped it inside. LaSalle Thompson on the front rim. Jordan got the rebound. And up the floor he comes. Cartwright. Nobody picked him up. Thought about a shot. Grant from the baseline.
We got to be careful now. They're starting to open up a little lead on us.
At 10 points. Approaching 5 minutes to go in the third. Vern Fleming brings it across to Reggie Miller. Rik Smits trying to post up on Cartwright. Let's see what he does. Takes him right, comes back left. Nope. And Grant is able to pull it off of there. He got a two-man break. Pippen to Jordan.
Here it is.
That makes the lead a dozen at 4:50 remaining for the quarter. We're in the third quarter play. It's the Chicago Bulls 83, the Indiana Pacers 71, coming your way right here on the Pacers Television Network. Sign up now for the Pacers Marsh Family Club. You'll receive 4 tickets for the April 8th Pacers-Knicks game. Boy, that's great. Plus, an invitation to a post-game autograph party, team picture, pennant, discount coupons for use at the Pacers home court gift shop, and more. Marsh Family Club memberships are available now at all Marsh locations. Lead is at a dozen. Indiana on the attack. They need a basket. This ties the largest Chicago lead of the game. Chuck Person with Pippen on him. 10 seconds to shoot. Detlef Schrempf off to Reggie Miller. He's open for a three as Jordan lost him. Rebound cleared out of there by Stacey King. Paxson to Scottie Pippen. Chuck Person picked him up. Over to Paxson. King. Hook shot over the middle. Smits got a hand on it. Grant got the rebound. Boy, those second rebounds in there are just killing the Pacers. Paxson missed it. Indiana comes out of there with it. Person ahead to Reggie Miller. Drives around. Jordan puts it in. He beat Jordan to the basket, and Grant fouled him. Grant with his second.
Chuck Person threaded the needle on that pass. Nice bounce pass to Reggie going in. Hung in the air. Got the roll. Got a chance to cut that lead down. He got it.
Reggie Miller with 20. Now it's back to single digits at 83-74. As John Paxson comes up the floor for Chicago. They have Jordan over on the near side, or on the far side of the floor, as you detect. Pippen. Horace Grant. Detlef Schrempf covering him. Didn't get it. Ball's loose on the floor. Person saved it inbounds. Reggie Miller should call for traveling. Call for traveling. And so it'll be out of bounds. Dick Versace right in front of us said, hey, Paxson had both hands up on his chest, said Dick Versace. Stacey King comes out. Hodges is in for Paxson. Will Perdue is in the ballgame for Chicago. Scottie Pippen will throw it in. Probably that ball would have been left better just to roll out of bounds. Hodges. Grant. Pippen. Screen there by Perdue, but then he kind of rolled through it. Pippen, the hook shot.
Got the roll.
Pippen with 14. Ball fed ahead. Rik Smits to the glass and in.
We got that ball out of bounds. Got it in quick. Got it up the floor. Got that basket right back real quick.
Still a 9-point ball game. You realize, tell you what a difference a year makes. Remember up here last year when the Pacers were having such great difficulty? Even tonight, the Pacers come in one game over 500 against the Bulls. Here's Perdue. Smits knocked that one halfway to Lake Michigan. The foul was called before, and that was on Smits. Or Schrempf, rather, his second.
Will Perdue, 2 shots.
This is Michael. Here he does. He's creating another play. Gets Will Perdue wide open. Watch Rick. He knocked that one up in the stands.
Well, if you're a smart guy, you do not want to do that a whole heck of a lot. Perdue was 7. I was going to say, the Pacers this entire year have never been below 500. Never. The whole year. Not for one day. Will Perdue now with 8. So it's been an excellent campaign thus far as we enter into the finishing sprint here. Miller, ball was taken away. Grant got a hand in there.
Let's see what happens.
We know what happens. Jordan with 31. They put that trap on you. Person driving in, the pump, the shot. Perdue, call for the foul. Or is it? It's Hodges they're going to give it to. His second.
Michael's got great hands. Here Reggie makes that little reverse turn. Michael's right in there with the good hands, and watch this. The rest of it's history.
The king of throwdown throws down another one. And as we return live, Person misses his first foul shot. Missed them both. Grant got the rebound. And now that lead is the largest of the game at 13. 2.5 minutes to go in the third. Miller on Jordan. Will Perdue shoots it over Smits and scores. Perdue in double figures with 10.
Now they got everybody going.
Reggie Miller behind the screen slipped. This floor is laid on ice, and it is a very slick floor. Miller put it up. Does it count? They did indeed count it. And a foul on Michael Jordan, as it turned out anyway. Jordan picks up his third.
There's Phil Jackson, the Chicago coach. Here's Reggie on the reverse move baseline. Michael's got his hands in there. They counted the basket. The fans thought that he got fouled before the shot, which is natural.
He went into a shooting motion. Reggie knows how to convert those. He's learned a lot. 2 minutes to go here in the third. 23 points for Reggie. Now Reggie looks behind him for a moment to see where the defense is. Better do that with Michael. On the drive, Perdue fed inside. Smits fouled him. Smits had to take the fouls. He went up into the air, and Rik has picked up his fourth. Team's third. That was a good pass inside to set up Perdue.
They break you down so many ways. Basically, on the Chicago Ball Club, it's Scottie, Pippen, and Michael who do most of the damage to free up everybody else.
And Perdue misses his first foul shot. He had hit 6 straight to that point. It's amazing how little they depend on their center in a sense. This is a real interesting little note. Greg Dreiling comes in, Rik Smits to the bench. The Bulls were 9-2 with Will Perdue starting at center. Grant hit the sideline. Why in the world? Now what do we have here? One official was signaling the other way. I find that one hard to believe. But Mike Mathis said, nope, it's going the Pacers' way. Grant was tiptoeing the sideline. All right. Fleming, 91-79, Chicago with a 12-point lead.
Here's Michael on Chuck down low.
And Person goes right up over him, left it short. Jordan has the rebound. Pacers peel back defensively. Jordan trying to go up the middle to Pippen. Off of the glass. 16 points for Pippen. And a lead at 14 now. Fleming. Downstairs, they've got Pippen and Chuck Person battling. Reggie Miller is covered by Hodges. They should be able to do some business there. On the back rim, Jordan has it out. Miller, the only defender, back. Now the Pacers scramble back. Jordan will shoot an easy one.
They're rocking and rolling.
And now that lead is 16. And Indiana, with under a minute left to go in the third, Miller, as he started to drive through, drew the foul on Jordan. Well, I tell you, Jordan does a lot of crying on fouls, doesn't he? He did not used to do a lot of that. He did not used to do a lot of that. But, boy, he is up on every call. And there have been a few other players who I can think of. I won't mention any names of players who are convinced they never, ever committed a foul in this game. Yeah. You. And what do we have here? Technical foul. Who's it on? They gave it to Jordan.
Technical foul called on Michael Jordan.
He's a little edgy tonight. What a guy, though. What a guy.
Oh, yeah. And Reggie puts it in. That's the tech. And that cuts it to 50. Well, you know, it's like you say, it's a very competitive game. And the players' emotions certainly are fueled. How about that? Reggie missed them both.
Well, missed a few from the line tonight. That doesn't help the cause.
Doesn't really help a whole lot. So it's a 15-point lead. Pippen. Offensive foul. Away from the ball was on Will Perdue. His second. And over it goes to the Pacers. Now, the Pacers could get a pretty quick shot here. 95 to 80, down to usually the time remaining for the quarter. Detlef Schrempf. Mike Sanders, up she goes, and gets it.
Mike's been shooting well. I told him today on the bus, I said, the way you've been shooting, you ought to leave that wrap on your wrist. He had 19 last night against Phoenix.
The difference between the clocks is about a second and a half.
Here's the trap.
Double team. Over to Hodges.
Ooh.
Boy, oh boy, that's dangerous. And Perdue went in there, missed the first one, went up with it. Dreiling called for the foul, I think. Yep. Dreiling got it. Came down, he raked him, came over the top. Greg wanted a jump ball, but it wasn't going to be.
Well, when Perdue went into the basket the first time, here's an offensive foul on him right here. See, he stuck that arm out and shoved Greg away, but he got the rebound back.
So Perdue gets to the foul line.
It's 3 in a row he's missed.
He had hit his first 6. This is a guy who, like several others who preceded him here, is going to have a hard time making it. Dave Corzine had the same problem in this building. Well, let's see what Indiana can do here. Sanders on the drive. And the quarter ends. The quarter comes to a conclusion. We're through 3 here at Chicago Stadium. The Chicago Bulls 96, the Pacers 82, and the Pacers Television Network.
Pacers now down by 14 to the Chicago Bulls with 1 quarter left to play. Other scores around the league. New York is leading New Jersey by 14 in the second quarter, 59-45. It's a final in Washington, and Portland has won 116 to 113. Phoenix struggling tonight in Minnesota. That game is tied at 94 all in the fourth quarter. Dallas at Houston. Derek Harper with the 3. Houston leads by 6 at that point. Sam Perkins, the left-handed hook. It's still a 6-point Houston lead. Akeem Olajuwon with the jam. And at the end of 3, Houston with a 3-point lead, 70 to 67 over the Dallas Mavericks. Denver is trailing San Antonio by 10. Orlando and the Clippers are a late start. And we're ready for the fourth quarter now at the stadium. Let's go back to Bill and Slick.
All right, Brian, tonight's Miller Lite fourth quarter shootout contestant is Tony Guffey of Newcastle, Indiana. Tony has selected Vern Fleming to score the first Pacer basket of the quarter. He's out there, Tony, and if Vern does, Tony, you win a $250 shopping spree at the Pacers Home Court Gift Shop. And right or wrong, you receive a Pacer jacket from Miller Lite. So we'll kind of keep that in mind here as we get this fourth quarter underway. 96 to 82 here, Slick.
It's going to take a big effort. Oh, it can be done, but it's going to take a big effort.
I know it can be done. I was just going to ask how to. The part I was concerned about is trying to avoid the Bulls getting the second shots. That's what I was going to ask about.
Well, we got to go to that board, but this is a very quick ball club. They do that against a lot of teams. They get a lot of loose balls, a lot of second rebounds.
B.J. Armstrong in the lineup along with Hodges. Will Perdue. He's covered by Greg Dreiling. Downstairs to Stacey King. Detlef Schrempf is on him. Didn't get it. Detlef goes up and gets the rebound, and the Pacers will come right back.
This is the time to make a run on them. They've got their bench in there.
Detlef feeds it out to Miller. Schrempf over the middle.
He got it.
Yes, indeed. And sorry about that, Tony. But thank you for playing. B.J. Armstrong got the foul. It's his first. Tony Guffey, you get yourself a Pacer jacket from Miller Lite. Thanks for playing in our Miller Lite fourth quarter shootout. Missed on the three-point conversion. Sanders got the rebound, though, so the Pacers have a turnabout.
Here's a 3. Ooh, boy, that'd been a big one.
Oh, yeah, it would have been, but Perdue gets the rebound after the miss. So the Pacers had 2 chances. Downstairs, King. Travel with it.
He walked with it.
So the turnover, and Indiana has the ball back. Lead is at 12. I have a feeling if it gets down to about 8 or so, you'll see number 23 pop off that bench.
No question about that.
Reggie Miller covered by Hodges. Oh, faked him one way, dropped it inside. The deflection goes to Sanders, and it was tipped out of his hands and over the end line. 10 to shoot. Sanders will toss it in. Miller off a screen. Goes around Purdue, but lost the ball. He kind of hooked the ball over, trying to pass it through. Out of bounds, Chicago. Under 11 to go in the game. B.J. Armstrong to Pippen, covered by Mike Sanders. The screen from Will Purdue. Dreiling is rubbed off on Pippen now. Pippen. Dreiling defended him well. Purdue, they got him inside on Sanders. And
reach-in foul on Dreiling.
That will be his second. Team's first. Fresh 24 seconds for the Bulls to work with. Pippen will toss it in. Purdue, King to Armstrong. Fleming is covering him. King sets the screen. Armstrong goes around it. There was contact on Detlef Schrempf. His third. Team second. Another common foul and another possession for the Bulls out of bounds. And B.J. Armstrong goes to work.
Chicago standing around a little bit right now.
Purdue popped well out. Greg Dreiling stays with him. Really put some pressure on him. Pippen with Sanders on him. They've had a full 24 seconds to run their attack here.
If they get a basket here, and offensive foul.
He threw the elbow. He cleared himself with the elbow.
After all that, I thought, boy, if they get a hoop off this, because we did put some D on them.
So Indiana gets the ball back. He had his right arm out, and that was the offensive foul. 10 minutes to go in the game. Reggie Miller nearly put it down, and he'll get to the foul line after the foul on Hodges.
Here's B.J. Armstrong, the youngster out of Iowa. Stacey King moving in.
Yeah, look at
they called the offensive foul.
Common foul.
There's Reggie. Reggie ran all the way to the basket that time.
And they called that not a shooting foul. So Indiana has it back. Miller with Detlef Schrempf setting the screen, rolls to the hoop. Perfect pick and roll play, but it was blocked by Purdue. Schrempf drives in on King, comes up with the right hand.
Got the roll. Finally got the roll.
Detlef Schrempf with 15 now. And we're looking at 96-86 game. Pacers have cut it to 10. Will Purdue. Miller trying to run around the screen. Hodges got loose.
Boy, don't turn that guy loose.
Hodges, a stand-up shooter, hits for two. Fleming on the drive. Goes right by B.J. Armstrong. Didn't get it. The rebound, Fleming. No! King took it out of there for Chicago. Two chances for Indiana. They couldn't get it to drop.
Here they come.
B.J. Armstrong.
See, this is what happens when you got a player like B.J. Of course, he's just a rookie.
Will Purdue goes up for it and gets it.
And got it. B.J. Armstrong, when he's pounding that ball, the rest of the ball club has a tendency just to stand around.
Purdue's previous career high was 11 against the New York Knicks. He has just beaten that as he has 13. 20-second timeout taken by the Pacers here. And we'll see Ricky Green coming off the bench. Too many second shots here. Chicago's getting too many opportunities to convert. So even when the Pacers break them down and get the job done defensively, they're getting hurt.
Go out of game at this point. That's true. They've gotten too many second shots, too many second chances, and too many turnovers, which they have converted those turnovers into points. And really, that sizes up the ball game at this point.
We're watching San Antonio's game earlier tonight. The Pacers will be home next week. We had some highlights at halftime of that great San Antonio team. You'll be seeing them on Tuesday night. David Robinson, the spectacular rookie, and, of course, Terry Cummings and all those great players they have. Then Friday, the final meeting of the season for the Pacers and the Atlanta Hawks on Don't Foul Out night. There are tickets available for both games, so check it out at all Ticketmaster locations. 7:30, remember the game time for Pacer home games.
18,676 in here tonight. That's their 118th straight selling.
Ricky Green, who's come into the Pacer lineup now. Green and Miller at the guard line. Sanders goes up and fires and hits. Mike Sanders with 4.
Well, Mike's playing well. Playing with that bad wrist.
Rik Smits is waiting to come in for the Pacers. Pippen. Greg Dreiling came up there to cover. Had to feed it out. Hodges for 3. Didn't get it. Long rebound to the Pacers.
Should get something here.
Cut it to 10 with a basket. Miller. Let's don't call this a non-shooting foul. Craig Hodges got it, and that is his 4th. Team's 3rd. Rik Smits comes back in. Greg Dreiling to the bench, and now Reggie Miller gets to the foul line.
And here comes number 23 back in for Chicago.
Now he's a tremendous player. Tremendous player. Reggie Miller, of course, last time he faced the Bulls, had his career high against them, 44. You remember that spectacular game? Chuck Person won right at the end. So Jordan is back in. And Miller gets them both down. He has a 26-point night going.
There's a lot of time left in this ball game. 8 minutes, and we're down 10. You can win it.
See what happens here now. 100-90 is the score. Armstrong, Green on it, backs out. This is a quick backcourt unit right now the Pacers have on the floor. Great. King tried to move in there.
Offensive foul.
Yes, indeed, again. King will always wrap back left-handed if you wait for it long enough.
That's exactly right. And Detlef's done a nice job on him. He does have some good moves in there, but he will come back to that left hand.
So all you have to do is wait. 7:35 remaining. Here's Green to Mike Sanders. He's covered by Grant. Jordan tried to steal it from Miller. He got loose. Sanders, the open man. Hits
He hit it again.
Sanders with 6, and this is the first time this quarter that the Pacers have had it under 10. You see the score. We have 7:16 left in the game.
I'd like to see a couple more quick hoops. We get this crowd going. Here he is.
Tried to pass it through, and Perdue did not roll. Or he rolled too slowly. Michael Jordan seemed to lead him pretty well, but Will Perdue didn't get there. To Rik Smits. On the baseline. Nope, didn't get it. Perdue got the rebound. That would have been a big shot right there, obviously. Michael Jordan brings it up. Miller will pitch up his boots to play him. King comes out to set a screen. Grant. Perdue. Trying to drive. And Smits is called for the foul. That's number 5 on Rik. Team's 3rd. It's a pretty good move to the hoop by Perdue there. 6:40 remaining in regulation as we'll take time. It's the Bulls 100 and the Pacers 92 on the Pacers Television Network. Bill Hazen back with Slick Leonard as we come to you from Chicago Stadium here on Chicago's near west side. And the Pacers are trying to make a run here with 6:40 remaining in the game. We have a 100-92 score. Slick?
Well, they've got their starting lineup back in the ball game, the Bulls.
Except for Perdue.
With Perdue in there replacing Bill Cartwright. And if we're going to get something going, we better hurry because they're going to, with these 2 free throws, they can get that lead back up to 10.
And Perdue gets the first one in. That is a new career high for him. Every point now that he adds is a career high. Left the second one short. Detlef Schrempf tried to bump it out, and Grant fouled him. So Horace Grant picks up personal foul number 3 as Bulls head coach Phil Jackson looks on. That's the 4th team on Chicago. Sal Thompson is back in the lineup for the Bulls now. Thompson, Sanders, and Chuck Person up front. They've taken Smits out. Ricky Green. Sanders. Detlef coming across. Got loose in there. Out of bounds. It hit Detlef's hand.
Dick Versace is called for an illegal defense. They're just running all over the place. The Bulls defense. They got by with it. We're going to have to scramble down. Here's Jordan on a low post.
Trying to post up Mike Sanders. Grant fed it over to Paxson. To Perdue. LaSalle Thompson on him. Green nearly picked his pocket. Kicked it across to Pippen. 3 to shoot. Pippen Didn't get it. Here's Ricky Green. And Paxson was able to cut him off. That was a pretty good defensive play by Paxson. And a deliberate kick of the ball by Pippen. Touched out about that one, so reset the clock. 5:49 to go in the game. And Indiana trails the Chicago Bulls by 9. Phil Jackson is 6 wins away from the rookie coach record for the Bulls franchise in terms of wins. And I wonder if you know, Slick, who is the coach who holds
Ed Badger.
I couldn't get one by you. LaSalle Thompson put it off the glass, didn't get it. Got his own rebound. And was it Pippen's foul? Nope, but they gave it to Horace Grant.
LaSalle's going to war in there. He came back in the ballgame. He said, I'm going to get some boards.
So LaSalle gets to the foul line right now. The Pacers need the points, too, that he can provide. He gets it down. He has 3 now. Against Phoenix, he had 6 points and 4 boards in just 19 minutes. He was in foul trouble most of the game against the Suns. Somebody was in the lane too quickly. I think Detlef Schrempf got in there, wipe off the foul shot.
8-point ball game, 5:29 to play.
So out of bounds it goes. The lead is at 8. Jordan with it. 2. Grant, as Jordan tries to get down in the post. Sanders is cupping him from the side, doing a good job. Forced Jordan out. That's a great defensive job right there. Nearly taken away. And as time expired on the 24-second clock, Pippen got the shot off. Good defense by Indiana here, Slick.
Real good defense. We need something right here.
Person goes for 3. Nope, Schrempf tried to tip it. No. Another chance. LaSalle Thompson got it. Ball taken away. Ricky Green recovers, and LaSalle Thompson goes flying. Sanders. Jordan stole the ball. Knocked it away.
Oh, here it comes again.
He'll throw this one down.
We had every chance that time to score. Couldn't get it done.
103 to 93. 4.5 minutes left in the game.
We need to get into this offense a little faster. We're eating up a lot of clock.
Person over to Sanders. Looking downstairs for Detlef Schrempf. Ricky Green, he'll let it go. Nope, it's not there. Bulls on the board. And Michael Jordan will bring it up. Paxson will cross the timeline and Green gets it. Now what do you do? 4 minutes left to go. Jordan. It's not there. Pippen got the rebound. That's what is killing Indiana tonight.
We're getting all the high bounces, all the loose balls.
They are just beating the Pacers to the ball here. Of course, the Bulls are a little fresher. The Pacers are not playing on a full gas tank because they played last night, whereas the Bulls rested last night here in Chicago. Pacers had to travel today. Paxson drove in, and a foul is called. And this one goes on Detlef Schrempf. His 4th. Team's 4th. Reggie Miller comes back in, and Ricky Green to the bench. So Reggie Miller, with a 10-point deficit, the Pacers need him back in.
Yeah, Dick's trying to get all the firepower back, try to make a run here with 3:36 left.
And Paxson sticks the first foul shot.
This is an ideal ball club for a guy like John Paxson because Michael creates so many openings that John can just hang around the perimeter and get those open junctions.
One more. I'd say almost any ball club is an ideal ball club that has Michael Jordan on
Whoever can shoot from outside is going to get a bunch of easy shots with him, the things he does.
3.5 to go in the game. Detlef Schrempf goes in strong. Grant blocked his shot. Chicago, Grant went ahead. He lost the ball, and Indiana got it back. So here come the Pacers as Miller brings it across. Paxson picks him up. Detlef covered by Jordan. Spun him down. Jordan tried for the steal. Foul.
Is that quick hands?
Oh, yeah.
Those are quick hands.
Picks up his 5th.
Among all the other tools he has, he's got quick hands.
Stacey King will come in. Jordan will play with 5. Will Perdue goes out. Jordan's a smart player. He knows how to go as far as he can without fouling out.
Well, he played 47 minutes in here the other night against Utah. He played 47 out of 48 minutes.
Shrimp missed it. But the man who's playing the most minutes of anybody in the NBA is also on this floor, and it's not Jordan. It's Reggie Miller of the Pacers. Leads the league in minutes played. Shrimp with 16. Will Perdue hit the Pines with a career-high 14 points. Michael Jordan.
They're just going to be very deliberate right now. Take their time.
And Jordan lets the shot go from the wing and puts it in. He has 37. Down to 2:44 remaining in the game. The lead at 13 for Chicago. Chicago's biggest lead has been 16 in the game. Miller leans right in there very strongly, and he now has 28 points. And so Chicago will go back on the attack. Now you're caught in that position where you have to stop him, and you're trying to stop one of the most potent offensive force in the game today in Jordan. And there's the feed into him. Sanders came a little bit late and bumped in. And Mike Sanders has his fourth. We will have a timeout taken as we go to the bonus. We'll pause. Score in the ball game. The Bulls 107, the Pacers 96 on the Pacers Television Network. Say, register now for the Pontiac Pack Sunberg Shootout at the March 27th Pacers Celtics game. You could win 2 tickets to the game, and someone will win a 1990 Pontiac Sunbird at the game. No purchase necessary, and the contest is open to licensed drivers over 18 years of age. Visit a Central Indiana Pontiac Pack dealer to register. See you at the Pacers Celtics game on March 27th in MSA. Jordan with 38. That's a very good performance against the Pacers. And he's over his average, obviously. He came in the lead, averaging 33.2, so he's up at 39. He hasn't had the crusher 56 or 60-point games against Indiana yet. Sanders. Shrimp. Grant covering it, feeds it off to Chuck Person. And the ball tipped around. Person went up for the jam, left it short. There was a fight for the board under there and a push. Stacey King, I think, got it.
Chuck got one blocked right here. Scottie Pippen. He's coming back. He blocks it again. Chuck's had one of those tough nights from the floor. He hadn't been able to get his outside jumper going in on a regular basis. And then on these drives, he's had some problems. So he's had one of those nights.
So LaSalle Thompson's at the foul line now. And he gets that one down. Now LaSalle has 5 on the night. It's a 109-98 game, cut to 11, but we're under a minute 50 now remaining in the game. Jordan goes for 2 more and gets it. Michael Jordan, 41.
Had 43 the other night, Thursday night against Utah. 43 big win.
Miller for 3. Didn't get it. Shrimp tried to bang it in or tip it up. LaSalle Thompson got it and is held by Pippen, who just grabbed him around the waist and pulled him back from the basket. Pippen with his fourth. LaSalle Thompson gets to the line to shoot 2. Very good. 6 points for LaSalle.
This is Pippen, and LaSalle just rips it away from him, and Scottie turns around and grabs him right by the waist.
We have another lane violation here. Wipe off another foul shot. My goodness, what do we have, 3 or 4 of those this game? Don't see too many games where in NBA games where you see 3 or 4 lane violations like we've seen here. That's been the case. This is the 92nd time in Michael Jordan's career that he's gone over 40 points.
Isn't that amazing? 92nd time.
Something. Jordan gets to a long one. It's another one. 43 points for Michael. With a minute 12 to go, and the fans will be going home happy. 113-99. At least the Chicago fans. Now, there's a good group from Indiana that came up for the game, including the Pacemates. The Indiana Pacemates made the trip up here. Reggie Miller leaned in, and the foul was called on Stacey King. So Reggie will get to the foul line. King gets his 5th. Reggie will shoot it. 29 points for Reggie Miller.
Had Reggie had his outside game going, he's had some good 3 attempts up there, Billy, but he hasn't been on it tonight. And he's still going to score 30 points. He probably could have 40.
You're right. He's still going to score 30. That's a big night still. Jordan across the timeline. Sanders is on him. We didn't really see the Pacers use Sanders on
There's something else going to happen.
And Jordan will get to the foul line. The foul on Detlef Schrempf. That's his 5th. It's interesting. The Pacers used Sanders a lot defending Michael Jordan in Indianapolis in that most recent win, but they didn't really go to that until relatively late here in the game.
Late here in the ball game, and there's Michael on the drive there. You know, sometimes I wonder, looking at this guy, does he ever get tired? You know, he just seems to go and go and go, and he gives you that same stuff every night. He's going to win another scoring title this year. He's just one of those super athlete.
14 points to lead. Schrempf from the back door gets loose. That was a great passing play. Schrempf puts it in for 18. Now as we approach 30 seconds to go in the game, Jordan brings it across.
Oh my.
Schrempf says, hey, give me some help. We'll double team him. See if we can get the ball away. Paxson. 10 to shoot. Paxson just flat out lost it. And the clock stops with 21 1/10 left. On it. Sal Thompson. The floor, Sanders. Chuck Person. Drives in, Pippen guarding him. Person goes up and gets the easy one. Person with 14. As you say, a little bit of an off night for Chuck. And foul immediately. And that one's on Reggie Miller, and Reggie with his 2nd. So there will be shots here. 11 3/10 seconds away from Bulls victory number 39 of the year. The Pacers, with a loss, would fall to 500. But they have not been below 500 all year.
They've got a tough ball club coming in Tuesday night. David Robinson, San Antonio coming in. And then, of course, the big rival for a playoff spot, Atlanta's coming in on Friday. There's Michael going out of the ball game. Boy, they love him here in Chicago. They love him around the league.
Around the league, you bet. I was just going to say that.
You know, he's packing this place at over 18,000 a night, but he's also packing every arena in the league at about 18,000 a night.
Detlef Schrempf overshot it, got his own rebound, puts it up.
That's the kind of night it's
goodness,
been.
and that's how it's been.
That's the kind of night it's been.
Well, the Chicago Bulls win it. 117 to 105. We'll be coming back to talk about it in just a few moments as this game is over with. 117 to 105. The Bulls over the Pacers.